Hi everyone, it's Natalie here again on day 17 of the 28-day Jason Vale Super Juice Me Challenge plan. I'll get that right one of these days. By the time I get to the 28 days, I'll be able to say it smoothly without any hesitation. I prefer to call it a plan than a challenge because there's just a whole different kind of mindset around challenge. Instantly means you're doing something that's really hard, whereas a plan is a lot softer. So I try to avoid the word challenge. Anyway, I will try to make this a quick one. There isn't a great deal to report. I did mention in yesterday's video that I had thought in those earlier, the last few days, not yesterday, but the days before that, once I started the repeat loop of the 14 days, I was feeling bloated and feeling like I was gaining weight, which was how I felt at the beginning of the plan. And I did mention yesterday that I weighed myself in case you didn't see that video. So I had actually lost just over £1 again. That was over the course of a few days. So it is slow. I don't mind that. I know that there's things happening that aren't immediately visible. So that's more important to me, as much as I would love the big weight loss as well. Equally, if I'm losing it slower, I'm hopefully going to keep it off. So I had my favourite blend yesterday, which is the Antioxidant King. I think that appears about 4 times in the plan. It's very sweet, which is obviously why I like it. It's got berries in it. Now normally when, because the recipe says mixed berries, I use a mix of frozen organic blueberries and raspberries. I know it's not easy to get organic berries frozen. It is easier to get them fresh, but it's the one time when I do actually use the frozen item for the recipe. Now I went to the farm shop this week, which is the only place locally where I can get them, and rather than just doing blueberries and raspberries, what I also did was I put in black currants, because I'd forgotten when I went there the first time. I just had it in my mind, blueberries and raspberries, completely forgot that they also do organic black currants. Now that really intensified the flavour and the sweetness, but black currants are really, really high in vitamin C and antioxidants. So they're probably just about, I know it's not quite a berry, it's a currant, but the same kind of genre of food, I guess. So I put 1/3 blueberries, 1/3 raspberries, and 1/3 black currants. And when he says a handful of berries, if you look on the app's shopping list, it actually gives you the weights that you need. So that's how I've determined how much you need of certain items, where he says a handful, where I've wanted to stick to it as closely as I can. When he says, for example, a handful of spinach or kale, that's 30 grams. And that I've been able to identify from the shopping app, which if you were to put in just that day, it will say 60 grams. And of course there's 2 juices out of that, or 2 recipes out of that. So so it's 30 grams. With the berries, it's 100 grams. So I've been using 100 grams. I hope that's right, actually. Maybe I've been putting double in. I need to now go and check that. But I think it's 100 grams of berries. Anyway, it's delicious. I love that one. It's really fruity. The only thing that's not fruit that goes in there is spinach, which I love anyway, and you can't even taste. My family had a Nando's last night. It was Friday night. My husband had promised it to them. I can't stand that kind of food. Never would touch it. So it was no effort for me at all that everybody else was having Nando's and I was having my favourite blend. So that was all fine. My skin tone, I think, is starting to improve a bit. I have still got dryness, but I found out yesterday, just a quick sideline, I found out yesterday, I've always known we were in a really hard water area, but I found out how hard our water area is yesterday, because we have an issue. We've got a reverse osmosis water filter which is under the sink in a tank, and we're looking to replace it because it's drawing too much water and it's costing us a lot of money on our water bill. So when I phoned the company, who are fantastic, I've known of them, they've been on my radar, we bought from them over 6 years ago. One of the people who helped me on one of my calls to them yesterday on the phone was really brilliant, because she looked up how hard our water is in our area, and she's in Bradford, and hers I think was something like 26 milligrams of calcium per litre of water, and ours by comparison is 326. So we do really have very hard water. So that also may well be contributing to why my hair is always dry. You probably have been thinking I look like a hedge. I've been dragged through a hedge backwards quite often. My hair, it always looks a bit fluffy. It is really quite dry. My skin is quite dry. Obviously, if you nourish from the inside out, your skin and your hair are all going to benefit. But obviously we do have, here in the southeast, we're in Kent, on the corner of Kent, we have such hard water. So it was interesting to know that. And also my skin does always feel very dry when I come out of the shower. So and as the day progresses, there's less evidence of that visually. It doesn't look like it's all as dry or flaky unless it's having a real episode. But it's more so when I come out of the shower. Obviously it highlights it, and it's obviously very drying having that hard water. So it's the weekend, it's Saturday today. I'll probably do a celery video, probably today, if not tomorrow morning, a celery juice video, because I found a few sort of little, it's quite an ordeal for most juicers, I think, to juice 16 ounces or half a litre of celery juice. So I'm going to do a video of that. So weekend is easy. It's a different kind of routine. You've got everybody around you. It's once the weekend's out of the way, I've only got Monday to do, and then I'm on my last week. So I'm now, today's date 18, so I'm now down to counting just single figure days. Very quickly, what else? Oh yes, don't forget to soak almonds. If you're on days 5 and 19, don't forget to soak your almonds for the nut milk for the following night, which is what I'll be doing today. I'm actually going to do it a little bit earlier, probably about 4 o'clock this afternoon, so that tomorrow I'll give it the full 24 hours, 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'll make the nut milk, and then it can go back in the fridge, and then it's nice and cold, because the first time I did it, I just made it as I needed it. I did a double batch, but I used the first half of that double batch, and it wasn't so nice as when the nut milk had actually been in the fridge. So I'll do it a little bit in advance of the last meal for tomorrow, so that it's ready in advance for the last meal tomorrow, so it can go in the fridge and cool. If I wasn't doing this plan, because I'm doing this plan, I'm doing the almond milk like the recipe says. I actually really like hazelnut milk. The first time I tried it, it tasted a bit strange because we're used to lots of hazelnut products like Nutella and all sorts of other hazelnutty things being sweet. It's often used in sweet recipes. So at first it tasted like it was missing something. You could add some honey to it. I prefer not to. I prefer to just get used to the taste of it unsweetened, and you really quickly do. So if you're not into almonds, maybe try hazelnut milk or cashew milk or some other nut milk. But I really do like the hazelnut milk, which is what I'll probably revert to when I come off of the plan and I'm not sticking as rigidly as I can to the Jason Vale Super Juice Me recipes. So that's all for today, really. I've managed to make it a little bit shorter, not quite as short as I'd intended. I will see you in tomorrow's, and I hope you're all doing well if you're doing the plan too. Yippee, only a little bit over a week to go, but then I'll be going on to doing more of Jason Vale stuff and soups and blends and things. So see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for your time that you take to watch these. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.